Ever wondered how the Arctic could change the future of global trade? Welcome to a journey that will take us across frozen landscapes and into the realm of geopolitics and economics. We begin with an intriguing concept, the Northern Sea Route, also known as the Northeast Passage, which has the potential to reshape global trade as we know it. Think of the Northern Sea Route as a highway, one that's carved out of ice and navigable waters. Its starting point is the Barents Sea, near Russia's border with Norway, and it stretches all the way to the Bering Strait between Russia and Alaska. A journey along this route promises to be a game changer for trade between Europe and Asia. Now, let's delve a little deeper. Why is this route seen as a potential game changer? The answer lies in the numbers. If you were to ship goods from Shanghai to Rotterdam using the traditional Suez Canal route, you'd be looking at a journey of approximately 11,000 nautical miles. But if you were to use the Northern Sea route, you'd only be traveling around 6,400 nautical miles. That's a difference of roughly 4,600 nautical miles, which translates into a significant reduction in travel time and distance. And there's more. This route isn't just about cutting down on distance and travel time, it's also about the potential cost savings. Fewer days at sea means less fuel consumed, which could lead to lower transportation costs. But before we get too excited, it's important to remember that this route is not without its challenges. The Arctic is a harsh and unpredictable environment, and navigating through its icy waters is no easy task. So, as we stand on the brink of what could be a major shift in global trade, let's take a moment to ponder. Imagine a world where shipping goods across continents could be faster and more efficient. What would that world look like? What would it mean for the global economy? The answers to these questions lie in the future, and we're here to explore them, one scene at a time. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll delve into the role of Russia in this Arctic mystery. But how does Russia come into play in this Arctic equation, you may wonder? Well, let's delve into the icy depths of this question. Russia, with its vast expanse, holds an advantageous position in the Arctic region. It is the largest country in the world, and its northern coastline stretches well over 20,000 kilometers, making it the longest Arctic coastline of any nation. This geographical advantage plays a significant role in Russia's interests in the Northern Sea Route. Historically, Russia has been a key player in Arctic exploration. The Northern Sea Route, also known as the Northeast Passage, has been used by Russians since the 16th century. But it's not just about history. Russia's current investments in the region are also noteworthy. In recent years, Russia has been pouring resources into developing infrastructure along this route, including icebreakers, ports, and military bases. Yet Russia's ambitions go beyond mere infrastructure development. They envision the Northern Sea Route as a significant global shipping lane. This isn't just a dream, it's a strategic plan, and they're taking concrete steps to make it a reality. Russia's Arctic strategy is focused on boosting maritime trade, particularly by reducing the shipping time between Europe and Asia. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you're shipping goods from Shanghai to Hamburg. The traditional route through the Suez Canal is about 20,000 kilometers long, but if you take the Northern Sea Route, you could cut that distance by almost a third. That's a huge saving in terms of time, fuel, and money. So Russia's geographical advantage, historical connection, and strategic investment in the Arctic are all pieces of a larger puzzle. They're not only looking to unlock the potential of the Northern Sea Route, but also aiming to reshape global shipping patterns. The Arctic ice, it seems, holds more than just a chilling secret. It holds a promise of change. And Russia, it appears, is poised to lead that change. But isn't sailing through the Arctic fraught with danger, you might well ask? And indeed, the challenges of navigating the Northern Sea Route are numerous and daunting. First and foremost, let's talk about the Arctic's infamous climate. The Arctic region, as you may know, is not exactly a tropical paradise. We're talking about a place where temperatures can plunge to minus 50 degrees Celsius. And that's not even accounting for the wind chill factor. Ice, snow, and freezing fog can severely limit visibility, making navigation a treacherous affair. Now imagine trying to sail through this icy maze. Enter the icebreaker ships, the unsung heroes of the Arctic seas. These specially designed vessels are equipped to plow through the thick ice, clearing a path for other ships. However, operating these icebreakers is a costly affair, both in terms of fuel consumption and maintenance. And let's not forget that these ships are not immune to the harsh Arctic conditions. Ice can damage the hull, machinery can freeze, and in the worst-case scenario, a ship can get stuck in the ice, leading to costly rescue operations. Then there's the potential environmental impact. The Arctic is home to a diverse range of wildlife, including polar bears, walruses, and various species of seals and birds. An increase in shipping activity could disrupt their habitats, not to mention the risk of oil spills and other forms of pollution. Moreover, the melting of Arctic ice due to global warming, ironically, is what's making this route more accessible. But this in itself is a major environmental concern. And let's not forget about the legal and geopolitical challenges. The Northern Sea Route lies mostly within Russia's exclusive economic zone, which brings its own set of complications. There are ongoing debates about the rights and responsibilities of different nations in these waters. Indeed, the Northern Sea Route is not without its share of challenges. The journey to making it a viable shipping route is fraught with as many hurdles as the Arctic seas themselves. And what would this mean for the rest of the world? The creation of a great Northern Sea Route by the Russians would certainly send ripples across the globe. For starters, it could significantly alter the dynamics of global trade. By offering a shortcut between Europe and Asia, the Northern Sea Route could reduce shipping times and, in turn, costs. This could potentially revolutionize the shipping industry as we know it, giving rise to new trade partnerships and creating a more interconnected global economy. But with the potential benefits come potential challenges. The Northern Sea Route is not just a matter of commerce, but of geopolitics as well. As Russia asserts its control over the Arctic, it could heighten tensions with other Arctic nations, including Canada and the United States. These countries may view Russia's move as an encroachment on their own Arctic ambitions. Then there's the environmental impact. As more ships traverse the Arctic, they could increase the risk of oil spills, ship strikes on marine mammals, and other forms of pollution. The noise from shipping could also disrupt the habitats of animals like the Arctic's iconic polar bears and walruses. Interestingly, it's not just Arctic nations that are watching Russia's moves closely. Countries like China are also showing keen interest in the Northern Sea Route. As part of its Belt and Road Initiative, China has expressed a desire to create a polar Silk Road, and the Northern Sea Route could play a crucial role in that vision. However, it's worth noting that this is all still speculative. The successful creation and operation of the Northern Sea Route depends on a number of factors, including the rate of Arctic ice melt, the development of suitable infrastructure, and the resolution of geopolitical disputes. In conclusion, the Northern Sea Route could indeed bring about a sea change in global commerce, geopolitics, and the environment. It's a complex issue with far-reaching implications that we'll need to navigate carefully. The Northern Sea Route could very well be the next frontier of global trade. So, what does the future hold for the Northern Sea Route? As we peer into the looking glass of the future, some fascinating possibilities emerge. Some experts predict that as the Arctic ice continues to melt due to global warming, the Northern Sea Route could become a year-round shipping lane in less than 3 decades. This may drastically reshape global trade, turning the icy waters of the Arctic into a bustling highway of commerce. Picture this: goods from Asia reaching European markets in half the time it takes now. Massive cargo ships, once tethered to the Suez and Panama canals, cutting through the Arctic in a straight shot from Shanghai to Rotterdam. The ripple effects on global trade would be monumental, potentially saving billions of dollars in shipping costs and reducing the carbon footprint of international trade. But this isn't a foregone conclusion. The Northern Sea Route is not without its challenges. The harsh Arctic climate is unpredictable and perilous. Even with the most advanced icebreakers, navigating the icy waters remains a daunting task. And then there's the matter of geopolitical tensions, with various nations laying claim to parts of the Arctic. And let's not forget the environmental implications. Increased shipping activity in the Arctic could have detrimental effects on the fragile ecosystem there. The delicate balance of life in the Arctic, from polar bears to indigenous communities, could be disrupted. Despite these challenges, Russia seems determined to develop the Northern Sea Route. They're investing heavily in infrastructure, icebreakers, and Arctic ports. But it's not just Russia. Other nations, including China, are also showing interest in this potential shortcut to Europe. The Northern Sea Route is a tantalizing prospect, a potential game changer. But it's also a contentious issue, fraught with challenges and uncertainties. It's a delicate balance between progress and preservation, between the allure of economic growth and the imperative to protect our planet. Only time will tell if the icy Northern Sea Route will become the highway of the future.